well, number 3. Number waiting down low. Two-handed slam. And then Kraken going down. Spider-Man. Use some atake. Slam dunk. And listen to this crowd roar.
Mabuhay Pilipinas! PBA Semi-Final Monday from the Big Dome in Cubao, Quezon City. Meralco Bulls handang-handa na para kalabanin ang Alaska Aces. A matchup of two teams with contrasting histories. Alaska, napakaraming championship, matagal na sa ating liga. Ito namang Meralco Bulls, relatively new team. Only the third time for them to be in the semifinals. Ito nga ang magiging challenge para sa Meralco Bulls. Can they get over the hump and make it into the finals? They'll need to show lots of hustle and muscle against the championship-tested Alaska Aces. I'm Charlie Cuna together with Eric Reyes. Always a great matchup here in the semis. Kahit sino maglaban dito, bakbakan na, partner.
Well, nakita natin kahapon, Charlie, nangyari na San Miguel and Rain or Shine talagang bakbakan hanggang sa natapos ang laro. And I expect, itong dalawang koponan na talagang magkakaroon ng a lot of energy. We'll see a lot of energies, a lot of bodies flying, getting on the floor. So that's going to be expected in a series like this.
See your starters on the screen. Jimmy Alapag, the veteran at point guard with Chris Newsom, the rookie. Onuaku, Hodge, and Faundo ang mag-i-start para kay Norman Black. Kabilang panig naman for Coach Alex Compton. It's going to be Hazul and Sai Baguio with Dozier, Sonny the Boss Toss, and team captain TDLC, Tony De La Cruz. Ating mga opisyalis sa larong ito, referees Kiringin, Aquino, Marabe, and Tangyon. 3 at a time, of course, with one substitute referee. And the white shirts of the Aces, ang unang possession, nasa kanila na. Heavily favored despite being the lower seed. Number 3 sila, Eric. Number 2 ang Meralco coming out of the eliminations. And yet, parang kulang sa respeto ang mga experts, so to speak, dito sa Meralco Bolt. Bakit?
Yes, well, number one, syempre, Charlie, kabago-bago lang nila din, since they joined the league. And at the same time, of course, ang usapan kasi dito, Charlie, ilang beses ka talagang pumapasok in the semi-final round. Yung Final Four na napakahirap, and as we've seen it in so many elimination round conferences, mahirapan talaga makapasok ng semi-final round. So, ayun na nga, when you talk about consistency of the Alaska Aces getting into the semifinals, samantalang ang Meralco, of course, unti-unti na nilang nakukuha ang kanilang consistency with the way they've been picking up their game.
Nagpalitan ng baskets ang mga imports in the first attempts of the respective teams. So you always want your import to start well. And that's 2 straight shots para sa Aces. Cyrus Baguio, jumper mula sa kaliwa. He's had an up and down conference. Ito si Cyrus Baguio. If you're Coach Alex Compton, you like that. He knocked down his first jumper.
Well, malaking bagay na magkaroon ng mileage dito from the guard position itong Alaska Aces kasi nga si JB Casio hindi pa rin makakalaro. Hindi natin alam kung makakabalik siya for the series or what, but kailangan nila ng points coming from the backcourt as well, lalo na itong Alaska Aces because in the front line, Sanitos, Abueva, and even si Dozier has been contributing already.
They force the miss on the other end. Dito naman sa offense, Cyrus Baguio, mintis ang kanyang hook shot in the lane. And Onuaku, who likes to gobble up rebounds, averages 19 boards a game, gets 1. Pero, natagalan, partner. Hindi nakatawid. Oh, violation yun. Backcourt violation, 8 seconds.
Well, klarong-klaro talaga in that last play that Alaska is applying their pressure early in this game. They want to try to get the jump on the Meralco Bulls.
Inside RJ Azul, hindi na teritoryo yun, pero nakita niya. TDLC slashing to the basket para sa layup. Nung isang araw, TDLC sa kanilang close-out game against Tok at tropang TNT. Grabe pinakita ng kapitan nila. Outside shots, pass break, tumitigil sa tres, pinapasok ni TDLC yun.
Well, he's a veteran already, Charlie. And yung forte ni TDLC, yung mga perimeter jumper, and even now that he has really had a lot of years in the league, nakukuha na rin niya yung kanyang range even from the long court. Katulad ng ginagawa naman ni Arinze Onuaku, nakukuha ulit niya yung power niya from that right block going to that left hook.
Well, he started the conference para rito sa Meralco Bulls. Itong si Onuaku. Opening day, nanalo sila. And they didn't look back for 5 straight games. Nanalo sila ba until they met San Miguel Beer. So Onuaku's been here from the start. Medyo nag-slow down past couple of games, but we know what he can do, and he likes that lefty sweeping hook dyan sa lane.
Well, matagal-tagal na rin naglaro talaga si Onwaku dito sa ating tournament. Lalong-lalo na nung siya yung kauna-unang import na dumating nga, naalala natin Charlie, kakarating lang niya, nagsushooting pa nga yan doon sa labas. And it really shows na kahit pa paano, sa tagal na niya dito, napapag-aralan din ang kanyang estilo kung anong gusto niya gawin on the floor.
Nice breaks mula rito kay Baguio. They get the ball out to Hazul, who knocks down that three-pointer. Hatid sa atin ng Oppo F1 Series selfie expert. First three of the game para sa Alaska Aces. And that's one of the things that RJ Azul can do very well. This is what Newsom does well. Running that break straight to the hoop. And a great finisher, itong rookie out of the Ateneo de Manila.
You know, you got to give it to Chris Newsom for seeing this the defense opening nung ginagawa ng Alaska Aces. But magiging dalawang foul na yon agad-agad with still 9 minutes left in the first quarter ni Rob Dozier.
Mintis nga lang ang bonus free throw attempt ni Chris Newsom. Dalawa pa rin lamang ng Alaska. 9-7, under 9 minutes remaining. First quarter of action pa lang po ito. Game 1 of the best of 5 semi-series. Umilalim sa depensa si Sanitov. Di na ipasok ang layup. Ngunit dalawang free throws naman ang ibibigay sa kanya. That's Onuaku's first foul. So the imports have a foul each. And Sonny the Boss, one of the most reliable pieces on the Alaska puzzle for many years already now.
You know, when I'm trying to look at the stats of Meralco, they're number 1 in the league in defense. So, ibang klase talaga. And as Coach Alex Compton, you know, talagang napaka-importante din sa kanyang defense. And Alaska is actually showing itong Meralco Bulls, you know, what defense is all about early in the game. Laro yun ng Meralco. They've been doing great. Number 2 in the league in the elimination round. Pero yun nga, yung depensa ng Meralco in those games, kailangan makita pa natin in this game because so far it's Alaska leading the way.
Hindi na makaagaw si Cyrus Baguio. Cliff Hodge in a bind. Nawala sa kanyang bola, ngunit left touchdown for TDLC. So ang bola, sa panik pa rin ng Meralco. 6.9 na lang sa kanilang shot clock.
The defensive intensity that we're experiencing or we're seeing right now, Charlie, yung pinapakita ng Alaska.
But that's the specialty of the house para kay Brian Faundo. Nice catch off that inbound and a quick jumper from the perimeter. Tabla na ating score, 9-all. Dozier. Three posts. Bumaseline drive. Hindi na niya tinira dahil nasara ng pinto. May tulak na. Kontra kay Brian Faundo. Pangunang personal yan ni Brian.
So we're seeing that ang pandepensa talaga ng Meralco Bulls ay local against Rob Dozier. Kasi gusto nila itong si Onwaku is coming off the weak side for the help. They're dropping Onwaku down because gusto nila that their big man is their last line of defense.
On the approach, Cyrus Baguio, nagbanggaan sila ni Chris Newsom, natawagan ng blocking foul ang rookie. 14 seconds on the clock para sa Alaska Aces, trying to get back the lead. Baguio, let's fly from 3. He knocked that one down. Pangalawang three-pointer na para sa Aces.
You know, that's the way to get your shooter wide open, is to really use Sanitos as a screen. Ganda yung ginawa ng setup job doon ng Alaska.
They go back to Onuaku. Double agad ang nangyari. He passes it out. Newsom saved it. Inabutan niya eh. Problema lang, wala nang kakampi na pwedeng sumalaron. You know, you saw that quick double that came para kay Onuaku, Eric. We saw Ginebra do that in the last game of the eliminations for the Ginebra versus Meralco matchup. It proved to be a great weapon. Hindi nakaporma si Onuaku sa game na yun.
Yes, and malaking bagay because you don't really want Onwaku to get up early, lalong-lalo na dun sa post, yung kanyang post attack. Because it will make Meralco very dangerous most from the post, which is really their strength because they're import.
Baseline drive. Cliff Hodge. Binuldozer si Dozier ni Cliff Hodge. Bagsak ang import. Offensive foul.
Referee Noel called that very well. He was at the right place at the right time. He was the baseline referee, kaya kitang-kita niya yung pagkakasalya doon ni Cliff Hodge kay Dozier.
This is the PBA Commissioner's Cup on TV5. Alaska, Meralco, Game 1 ng kanilang best of 5 series. RJ Azul jumper from the left side. Pasok yun. It's a 14-9 score in favor of Alaska. Ito ang simula ng tagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa. Jimmy Alapag, nagtitimon para sa Meralco Balls. A dark blue, itong Meralco with the orange trim. Brian Faundo, pangalawang jumper mula sa perimeter. And that is really how he makes his living.
Well, makikita mo naman doon kung paano na-libre doon si Brian Faundo because, you know, two people guarding one guy. They're respecting Jimmy Alapag's three-point shot. Eh, mautak naman si Jimmy because nakita niya na libreng-libre itong si Faundo who can hit easily that 15-foot shot.
Naibigyan naman kay Faundo ulit. One more time. Tatlo na yan para kay Faundo dito sa ating first quarter. 6 points in the game and cuts it down to just a 1-point lead for the Aces. Azul, gustong puntahan si Dozier. Away from the ball, may tulak. Looks like it's gonna be Newsom called for his second.
But Charlie, hindi mo pwede small into si Brian Faundo, which is basically what's happening to Rob Dozier. Eh, lahat nung perimeter jumper na, hindi naman talaga niya pinipressure, nilalapitan itong si Brian Faundo.
Well, Faundo was with Blackwater last season, Eric, and he was knocking down
Leading
those
scorer.
jumpers all the time. He was their leading local scorer, in fact. Tama ka doon.
It's all about confidence. So you see the thing is, Charlie, when you're playing defense, you just cannot take anybody in this league for granted because the reason why they're in the PBA is because they can play and they can score.
Faundo. Bigyan mo pa ng isa. 4 field goals in dito sa first quarter si Brian Faundo.
Eh, ginagawa ng asintahan siya ni Brian Faundo to si Rob Dozier pero in that last play natawagan itong si Brian Faundo.
Sayang yun para sa Meralco. That was a bad pass. Timeout has been called. Lamang na isa Meralco. 5:28 ang natitira sa first. Smart Araneta Coliseum po ating setting para sa semis game 1. And if Meralco expects to beat the Alaska Aces, kailangan mag-step up itong si Cliff Hodge. You have to play his A game against the hustling team katulad ng Alaska Aces.
Well, Charlie, if you have a Calvin Abueva who provides the energy for Alaska, you have Cliff Hodge who's the extreme energy para pagdating sa Meralco Bulls. He can produce those numbers, close a double-double performance every night. And alam mo naman yan na talagang si Cliff Hodge is one of those guys who really drives itong opensa and even the defense of the Meralco Bulls because of his intensity that he will always show in every game.
And you know, he likes playing against Alaska. Siya na nga nagsabi, Alaska it is. This should be fun. May emphasis pa. Double N pa. Don't sleep on us. They ready. Sabi niya. Let's see. May kwento tungkol si kay Cliff Hodge. Si Sel Guevara, ating kasama at courtside.
Yes, that's right. Charlie and Eric, you know, Cliff Hodge can do so many things on the court, but Coach Norman Black wants him to focus first on just one thing, and that is defensive rebounding and also stopping the fast break of Alaska. He will be the one to determine the energy of the Meralco Balls on the court and let the scoring be taken care of by the guards. And so Cliff Hodge will just have to help as well in defending or containing Alaska's Rob Dozier. Now let's turn you over to our panel.
Thanks a lot, Sel. Well, yun na nga. Malaking responsibilidad na ilalagay sa balikat ito si Cliff Hodge. Because precisely nga, marami siyang pwedeng gawin para sa kanilang kaputan. As you see there, brings the ball down, led that break. Ngayon, he'll run back on defense or try to as Azul gives it to the streaking Nonoy Baclao. Not the best decision. Alam ni Azul, nagsosorry agad kay Compton. It's hard to give it to the big guy on the run.
Yes, and at the same time, yeah, he became tentative in that last play. RJ would pull up from 3 and take it. But at this point in the playoffs, Charlie, there's no room for some sort of hesitation. Kailangan ipanira na yon because you're giving it to Noy, and Noy is not really known to be a great finisher of a transition attack na meron ng dumidepensa dun sa ilalim.
Tama yun. Coming off of that timeout, nagpalitan ng tao, Hugnatan tsaka Dillinger. Pinasok na ni Coach Norman Black. Hugnatan, ang ganda ng laro niya 2 games ago. Right-handed shot doesn't go. Bakbakan sa rebound. Abueva Hodge. Naku, kanina pa natin nanantay yung matchup na yan. And there they are in the game. Mula rookie year. Unang laro pa lang itong dalawa. Nagbabakbakan na yung dalawang yan. Banggaan, tulakan.
Nagkikis-kisa na yung mga balikat nila. Kulang-kulang nila mag-apoy dahil sa sobrang taas ng intensity nitong dalawang player na ito.
So that's a matchup we'll be watching. I'm sure they were pumped up to face each other as usual. Alapag, Banchero nakabantay. Alapag trying to lose him, bounces it over to Onwaku. Quick pass inside, Hugnatan. Ang ganda ng pasa ng inboard.
You know, you gotta see what's going on here, Charlie, because parating yung tinatao ni Dozier na lilibre because he's just so aware of where Onwaku is.
Roy Baclao, handoff to Banchero. 7 to shoot. Baclao, jumper from outside. And he's proven time and again na kaya niyang i-knock down yung ganyan jumper.
You know, I was talking about Noy a while ago in a transition attack. Okay, he made the turnover because Jimmy played him well. But in that last sequence right there, that is the game of Noy Baclao. Even in college, pinapatunayan niya na yung kanyang perimeter jumper off a nice dish is always really a high percentage.
Well, he was a #1 pick dito sa PBA by the Petron franchise, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it Air 21? Yung magkasunod sila ni Raba Alusaini, di ba? 1-2 silang dalawa. And now they are both in this series. Raba on the Meralco bench. Abueva, nakita si Dondon sa may kaliwa. Tresyon, hatid sa atin ang Opo F1 Series. Selfie expert, pangatlong 3-pointer ng Alaska.
Yun ang sinasabi ko si Charlie, kaya nga kanina pinapag-usapan natin si RJ Jesus hesitating. It's a game plan of Alaska when their 3-point shooters are on the floor. They will not hesitate to go on a fast break and kick out to those 3-point shooters.
Paseramer, nakita si Jared Dillinger mula sa kanan naman. Mintis ang jumper, bakbakan sa rebound, napulot ni Onwaku. And he gets clobbered by Noy Baclao. Pupunta sa linya si Arinze para sa dalawang free throws. Sometimes struggles from the 4.5-meter line.
Yes, kanina napansin natin that once in a while, Onwaku or Arinze Onwaku would struggle once in a while, but binabawi naman niya yan with great rebounding when it comes to, or he's giving that opportunity.
Hustle stats ang panonoorin natin dito sa series na ito. And the guy who will probably get a lot of those, Calvin Abueva, the beast, has been awesome.
Yeah, well, makikita mo talaga yung kanyang stats. Karamihan dyan, out of cuts, fast break attacks, and even he has improved his 3-point shooting. So napakataas ng kumpiyansa ni Calvin Abueva, pero itagdag mo na din dyan, Charlie. Yung mga turnover points ng Alaska, isa na doon na nagkukosto na si Calvin Abueva, nakakuha ng 10 puntos already. Forcing Meralco into so many turnovers. Nabanggit yun ni Coach Norman during the timeout. Nagkaroon kagad ang Alaska ng +10. When it is out of 50% of their points right now, Charlie, nanggaling yan sa points of turnovers.
Tama yung capitalizing sa mga mistakes. At well, yung mga Meralco Bulls players na nagsabi nung tinanong sila about this series na alam nila, kailangan i-limit nila yung turnovers kasi Alaska is always off and running the moment they get that ball.
Charlie, remember, balikan natin yung report ni Sel kanina. Why itong si Cliff Hodge on the other side, pinagko-concentrate muna sa depensa? Because ganun ang mangyayari. Because if you make a good stop, it always translates to an easy basket, and that's where Cliff will get more baskets.
Ito si Eric Menk, the throwback performance noong huling laro. He was the best player of that game in the quarterfinals. And now, first jumper attempt niya, pumasok rin.
He's a hard worker, and that's the good thing about guys like Eric, Asita Olava in this league. Despite the many years that they have contributed in the league, nandun pa rin yung kanilang paglalaro dahil sa kanilang disiplina.
Arinze Onwaku doing work inside the paint. Nakuha ang mintif ni Ryan Buenafe at na-follow up niya yan. 2-point lead for Alaska. We're approaching the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. Banchero may tangan ng bola. Spins around. Takes the shot over Baser Amer. Chance ang mga 3-point play. He owned the defender on that play.
Yes, and pinapakita talaga ni Chris Banchero that he has an upper body strength to really move his defenders away or around the paint.
This is a cool play brought to us by Hitachi. 3 world-class innovations. One name in air conditioning, Hitachi. Chris Banchero, isa sa pinaka malakas yung mga hiyawan ng mga fans pag isang nakahawak ng bola.
Kita mo, maliit lang si Chris, pero he will really, malakas yung kanya pangatawan, and he will take advantage of that if you don't play him tough when he goes to the lane.
Ken Bono trying to set a pick. Napunta kay Hugnatan ng bola. Aatake. Kanan na naman ang ginamit. And he's a lefty, but he's one of the best finishers with that offhand.
Hey, against NLEX, he scored 20 points, Charlie. Pinapatunayan lang ng isang veteran tulad ni Hugnatan that he can score against anybody.
Hugnatan, napunta kay Dillinger, pushing it up. trying to close the gap. Baser, bumaseline drive. Ang ganda, ginamit ang katawan para maiwasan ng depensa.
Yeah, we've seen his dominance in the NCAA, and he's proving again that he's an up-and-coming or already a superstar point guard in the PBA.
It pays to be learning under a guy like Jimmy Alapag. Banchero, nakakita ng opening. Diretso sa hoop, binawian naman agad.
Last line of defense na hindi natin nakita that last play. I don't see any big guy challenging Banchero going to the basket.
Well, that's the difference when Rob Dozier goes to the bench, di ba? Ito yun. Tumatakbo, rather, Orinzo Onwaku.
Yeah,
Is
kanina
what I
si
meant.
Onwaku was, both imports actually, Charlie, doing that job of being the last line of defense.
And a miscue doon sa play na yun para sa Alaska Aces. So Meralco is able to force one of their own. 39.8 ang nalalabi sa ating first quarter. So 2 possessions perhaps remaining here in a close game. Magparamdam sa inyong paboritong PBA idols using Shout. It's a new way of expressing yourself quickly and easily. Go to sports5.ph, look for the Shout tab and para magpabati sa inyong mga bida dito sa Liga. Free po ito, wala pong registration required. Three-point lead para sa Alaska. As Baseramer goes around the big screen set by Ken Bono.
Ang lapad.
Lapad. Talaga nahiwalay siya doon sa defender niya. There's Hugnatan. Lefty shot, hindi nakuha. Eric Menk picks it up. Abueva. Trying to handle, lost his balance, goes to Don Ontiveros. They take their time. Binawi muna ni Chris Banchero. Pala second shot na ito. Makes his move with 4 to go. Nakita si Don from 3. That's a miss, and Hugnatan gets the rebound. Well played first quarter of action. Dikit ang ating laro. At the end of the first 12 minutes, 3-point lead para sa Aces. Para sa Alaska Aces, it's a nice mix of youngsters and veterans, guys who can still bring their game every night.
Look at the bench points alone. Ang layo ng diferensya with the tropang TNT. Samantalang you still have Eric Menk and even Don TDLC. Those are the guys who do a lot of damage because they have so much experience playing in, pressure-packed situations or games natunghayan.
Second quarter action para sa tagisan ng tunay lakas. Cobra, gusto ko ba? Nakabasket agad ang Meralco Bulls. Dinaba sa isang kalamangan itong Aces na kay Baclao. There's Banchero once again. We look at the battle underneath between Dillinger and Abueva. But Banchero creates something out of nothing. Hangs in the air, hits it off the glass.
Yeah, again, he just drove by Ken Bono. Yun na naman ang nangyari. And I just heard Coach Norman really tell Ken that he has to play tougher as the last line of defense there.
Ningi ni Bono. Nakuha na niya kontra Eric Menk. Let's see what the former UAB MVP does. Pass it out to Hugnatan. And ito, kinuha naman ito si Banchero. Lead pass to Nonoy Baclao. And how quickly was that? 2 seconds from the steal to the basket, Eric.
That's the game of Alaska. You commit a miscue in your offense, they're off and running for an easy basket.
Balik sa 5 kalamangan ng Alaska. That's the biggest lead of the game. Matches an earlier 14-9 score. Chris Banchero natawagan ng personal. Some changing once again. Here's a time to shine move brought to us by Rain or Shine Sunroof Gloss Roof Paint. Make your roof durable and shiny with Rain or Shine Sunroof. Baseramer. Dillinger. Napunta na rin kay Bono. 5 to shoot. Bono. Fakes one way, goes the other, knocks it down.
Well, that's the game of Ken Bono. You know that once he definitely knows what to do with that basketball and will not hesitate to score. Yun nga lang, syempre, being a guy coming off the bench and in an import conference, kailangan talaga mas physical talaga si Ken and use his size na talagang maphysical siya doon ng mga guys getting into the lane.
On that play, ang ganda ng setup ni Banchero kay Abueva for the 3 pero he overshot it. Went out of bounds. Balik ang bola sa panig ng Meralco. Naghahabol. 3 ang lamang ng Alaska Aces. Not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. At nasa point guard position. Anjo Karam. Played well in a backup role. Balik kay Bono. A while ago, naka-basket siya. He wants to try it again. The other way. Hook shot. Bitin ng konti. And Don Ontiveros nakakuha ng rebound. They're trying to push it up. Seconds sa shot clock ng Aces. Abueva sets up Banchero for the 3. Unable to knock it down at Hugnatan. Natabik yung bola sa kanyang sarili.
Smart move there against Calvin Abueva. Hindi ka pwede makipagsabayan ng talunan. Gamitin mo yung katawan.
Karam to Reynel. You look at the way the players are just switching out. But momentarily opens. Tres mula kay JD. Hatid sa atin ng Oppo F1 Series selfie expert.
That's a great execution there. Kita mo doon. It always came from a two-man game. Hugnatan will not take a shot from the 3 and he opted to go on a handoff. That's the exact kind of offense that Meralco wants and that's how they will execute.
Tablates scored 30 all and that's a turnover in the Alaska Aces. He stepped on the line, the inbounder. So may pagkakataon, lumamang bigla rito ang Meralco.
Naka-recover na rin sila dito, Charlie, because nag-click na nga yung depensa ng Meralco Bulls.
Hugnatan, quick move patungong baseline. Iniwan yung defender.
You know, he's one of those guys who's just so difficult to guard on the post. Akala mo, mahina yung katawan, pero walang kasing tigas yung katawan ni Hugnatan. I've seen him post up guys who are even 2 times, 3 times bigger than him. But he's got great footwork, and at the same time, he can just take a shot from either the left or the right.
Kala ko sabihin mo, kala mo, matanda na. Hindi naman. He keeps himself in great shape. Well, we all know, isang veterano talaga to si Hugnatan. Pero kaya pa niya gumawa ng mga quality play katulad dito. Brought to us by Mariwasa Tiles, celebrating 50 years of uncompromising quality.
And Charlie, ito si Noy Baclao is a great defender, ha? Hindi yan basta-basta na soskoran. Again, ito si Hugnatan, they can just score on him.
Konting frustration dito kay Chris Banchero. Hindi siya makapaniwalang tinawagan siya ng offensive foul on that play, trying to post up the opposing guard.
Maraming makukulit dito sa ating laro, Charlie.
Oh.
You have Abueva and you have Hodge.
Both sides, ha?
Anjo Karam and Eximeniano. Eh, punong-puno ng makukulit na player. When I say makukulit, they will really pressure you hard until you get irritated on the floor.
That's right. Ganun talaga.
Yun ang role nila, Charlie, and they're doing it really well.
Banchero hits the deck. Lamang sa numero, itong blue shirts. Bono on the fast break. He finishes.
Na binawi niya, yun ang contribution ni Ken Bon already with 6 points. And kahit pa paano kanina, nagkakamali siya on defense, but he will make up for that on the opposite end with a good thing to finish this fast break very well.
This is the PBA semifinal match between Meralco and Alaska. Now, Meralco's assistant coach, Luigi Trillo, may give Meralco an edge because he was the first one who handled Alaska import Rob Dozier back when he was head coach. Now, Coach Luigi Trillo shared to Meralco what he knows about Rob Dozier and Alaska locals' tendencies, especially on defense. And how did Coach Luigi share his knowledge? Not really by explanation, but by applying Alaska's principles to Meralco balls during practice. Now, let's turn you over to our panel.
Maraming salamat, Sel Guevara. And as she finished her statement, Noy Baclao set up mula dyan sa kaliwa. Pangalawang jumper na ni Noy yan.
Well, you know, the guy who drove Alaska, you know, to the finals and won a championship in Rob Dozier's first time in the Philippines, malaking advantage nga kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Sel because marami siyang alam about, you know, the inner secrets of how these guys operate and play, their work ethic. So lahat yun gagamitin talaga ni Coach Luigi at may share niya kay Coach Norman on the player tendencies as how they can adjust their game.
That's a takeaway, syempre, mula kay Luigi Trillo. And, well, expectedly, he would love to have Meralco beat the Alaska Aces in this series, di ba?
Yes, pero yun na nga, Coach Luigi really respects the way Rob Dozier plays and even the Alaska organization because pinakita naman nila it's really about defense and hard work.
Tres yan mula kay Big Eximeniano. That's brought to us by Oppo F1 Series selfie expert. nakita natin end of eliminations into the quarterfinals. Eximiniano has been deadly mula dyan sa 3-point line.
You know, one thing about this guy, he's a hard worker. Pinapakita niya kung paano siya maglaro, and it also shows with the way or kung paano mag-improve ang kanyang game.
Buena fe. Binigay kay JD. Hesitation from 3-point land for the Bolts. A second to go. Karam losing it. Tries to call a timeout. It's granted by referee Tangkeon. Question though is, may
Ubus na.
oras pa ba? Oo.
Well, it seems that wala nang time.
I-check nila sa table officials. Kung anong senyaf ng mga table officials natin.
Or if ever, 1 second left. It was really close, Charlie, because nung nadapa siya, halos 3 seconds na lang yung nalalabi dun sa ating shot clock.
24-second violation nga. Nakita natin ang senyaf ni referee Tangkeon. So, not enough time to call that timeout for Anjo Karam. Nothing on the offensive end. Meralco trailing by 1. Chance for Alaska to add on to that as Rob Dozier comes back. Andyan na naman yung mga imports. You know, it was a great matchup when they were out. You like the way that the players distribute that ball. No focus on the imports. But you look at Dozier and Onuaku, Eric. Ito yung dalawang import. Hindi naman kailangan hawak nila yung bola to be effective. Eh.
No, they're off-ball players and they can really fulfill their roles. And in fact, itong si Onuaku, he's happy just getting a lot of rebounds, di ba? Since he's just the biggest guy on the floor for Meralco, talagang nagagamit din niya yung kanyang laki at yung good positioning also on the offensive end.
Dillinger. Ball finds its way to Karam. Tight guarding. Nahanap si Faundo. 8 points na yan noong first quarter. Missing the chance to go into double digits. Ngunit sa rebound play, they ganged up on Arinze Onuaku. Rob De La Rosa matatawagan ng kanyang unang personal.
Alam mo, maganda ginagawa dito ng Meralco because ang nangyayari, Charlie, ang pinapa-atake talaga nila ay yung tao ni Rob Dozier. And it's forcing Rob Dozier to play the perimeter for him to extend out. So what's going to happen is, pag sumablayan, Charlie, si Onuaku, sino magmamatch up ngayon kay Onuaku dun sa ilalim? He's going to have a field day getting those offensive rebounds and putbacks.
Great double, however, mula sa Alaska. Onuaku called for the push. Offensive foul ang tinawag against Arinze Onuaku by the baseline referee, Edward Aquino.
Coach Norman really wants a clarification.
Yun na nga, hanggang ngayon, lahat sila arms out, asking what happened. And that's the second personal dito kay Onuaku. Azul. Nantay si Rome makalapit. They go to Sunny Toff. They're passing it around with 7 to shoot. Eximiniano nakatanggap. Jumper. Onuaku rising above everyone else on the rebound play. And Meralco, a chance to grab the lead.
There was some contact there.
Nag-react yung mga benches. Newsom nowhere to go. Pinasaki. Eximiniano, easy layup on the fast break. And Newsom knew he made a mistake going up in the air with nowhere to go.
Yes, he committed himself already to go up in the air, but the problem is he really didn't know that there was a guy or walang tao doon sa corner, and he readily admits it to Coach Norman and the rest of the team. Nakita mo dito, Anjo Karam was right there, but he was trapped because there's an Alaska player in RJ Azul. They're just waiting for that extra pass.
Isa sa mga inaasahan ni Coach Norman Black na gumawa rito sa kanyang koponan, Jared Dillinger. He says, you cannot have turnovers against Alaska. You're going to have a bad time. And, well, you saw some turnovers in the first quarter na talagang nag-capitalize ang Aces.
Nakita mo ba yung picture doon sa nakapost yung parang yung skis? Naiiwan niya yung parang mantukod niya, di ba? Kasi nga, yun yung nagpapabilis ng ski. And ganun ang mangyayari basically because, and we've seen it already here, the many turnovers that Meralco had. It just translates to just, you know, how many turnover points. Kanina nga, halos kalahati ng puntos. 19 pa lang ang puntos ng Alaska. Kalahati nun nanggaling sa points of turnover.
Kung ikaw ang Meralco, di ba? All you have to do is ask your sister team, Tropang TNT. Diba, what Alaska can do to you if you turn that ball over.
Yes, and they have great defenders. They have a gem of an import in Rob Dozier who actually rotates very well and who's also a great defender. So, nire-respeto naman din ng Meralco Bulls. So that's why they really have to pass the ball very well and they have to execute very better.
Bounce pass napunta kay Dozier. Quickly to Rome. Ball finds its way to the open Eximiniano. Masyado malakas ang three-point attempt. Dozier the offensive rebound. He's trapped underneath. Is able to throw it back out. Reset ang opensa ng Alaska. Azul the drive and Jimmy Alabag ties him up. But Jim's gonna get called para sa kanyang first personal. And free throws para kay RJ Azul. So we'll turn you over first to Sel Guevara.
Charlie, while Eric was discussing na itong si Dozier ay na-extend out to the perimeter in the huddle, si Coach Alex Compton was voicing out his concern na nawawalan na ng tao sa shaded area and that Arinze Onwaku of Meralco will dominate. That is why Coach Alex Compton was talking to his local big men na basahin ang tendencies ng players ng kabilang team at sila na ang mag-initiate ng ball movement. Balik sa inyo.
Thanks a lot. Well, you know, we have the guy as big and strong as Arinze Onwaku. There's always got to be someone nearby mula sa Alaska Aces to keep him out of the paint.
Well, if you look at the roster, it's basically, you know, malaking bagay nga. Nando sa bench, sa dulo ng bench, nakikita ko si Vic Manuel. He's going to be critical. Right. He's one of those guys who can really mix it up underneath. Pero kung titignan mo talaga, sino lang talaga yung medyo beefy na pwedeng makipagsalyahan kay Onwaku. You really look at the roster of Alaska, wala. That's why you really need that help.
Nice slide to the basket mula rito kay Cliff Hodge. First 2 points ni Hodge sa larong ito. Tablati score, 38 all, 3 minutes and 27 remaining. First half action ito. Baseline drive, Rome de la Rosa. Iniwan para kay Tos. Not ready. Bolts on a rush. Hodge gets it on the wing. Contact. Tried to put it in. Oh.
That's a third personal foul of Rob Dozier.
That's big. That's big. Pero Cliff Hodge knew what to do with it.
Nag-alangan din si Cliff Hodge na dumiretso kasi nakita niya na talagang sasalubungin siya ni Dozier. And he basically turned his body on Dozier to protect himself and get that foul.
Swak ang unang tira nito si Cliff Hodge. 3 points in the game. TDLC back in. As Rome de la Rosa uupo na naman para kay Coach Alex Compton. We look at the shout count for the small forwards. Abueva leading by a mile over Cliff Hodge. The player with the most yes shouts by the end of the game will be our choice player of the game to be announced on sports5.ph. Mamaya, sabayan niyo po kami online for the post-game analysis. Dozier comes out. He's got 3 personals. That drive. Turn around. Masyado malakas. Nakuha na naman ni Onwaku ang bola. Picks it up. Don't expect him to bring that ball down.
Pero sipag niya kumuha ng rebound, Charlie. Ang layo na ng ball already with 9 rebounds and we're only, you know, with still 2 minutes and a half left in the second quarter.
Ayun, nasa kanya na. There's that quick double once again. Quick ball movement. Hodge behind his back to Faundo. Masyadong malalim. Doon kasi yung presence ni Rob Dozier na iba yung tira.
Yes, and well, he opted to go for a layup underneath and mabilis recover si Dozier doon.
Dozier, however, hindi nakapasok ng tres on the other end. Jimmy. 15-foot jumper. It bounces in for the Gilas mainstay.
That's like a layup to Jimmy, Charlie, but once he gets free from 15 feet away.
Baguio. Nakita si Azul, tref ito. Mintis, tabi ka ng bola. Newsom ang pumulot. Jimmy from 3.
Look at that Alaska defense get down quick.
Si Azul, inikutan ng pick ni Sanitos. 100 niya, bitin. Back and forth tayo rito. Inagawa ni Newsom si Sanitos. Side Baguio. Contact. And he gets the hoop. Chance para sa 3-point play.
What's a big turn of events there? Critical dito yung impangga ni Sanitos.
Here's a time to shine move brought to us by Rainer Shine Sunroof Gloss Roof Paint. Make your roof durable and shiny with Rainer Shine Sunroof.
That replay looked like offensive foul to me because he dipped his shoulder At inabot yung halos yung tiyan na niya di ba?
Well, that's what Norman Black is saying as well, partner. Nakikita natin, inomonstra pa niya. Tinanggap daw niya sa dibdib. Sabi niya, ituro niya yung chest niya.
But, you know, Charlie, as in any call a referee will make, you know, let me remind everyone that the TV angle of what you see is different from the referee's angle in the game.
That's right.
So sometimes you may say that, okay, tama yung commentator, mali yung referee, mahina referee. No, but you have to also understand the angle of the referees with the players around them. So minsan hindi nakikita talaga ng tamang angle. Yun ang hirap sa trabaho ng isang official.
Tsaka, in slow motion, everything is clear.
Eksakto.
Diba? Yung real time, iba yun. Newsom bumawi naman. 3-point shot niya. Natin sa atin ng Oppo F1 Series selfie expert. Ganda naman ang sinagot itong si Chris Newsom.
Gandang bawi ng Charlie after that turnover.
Kaya nakaagaw pa si Cliff Hodge. May numero. Yung mga naka-dark blue. But Hodge is blocked from behind. Swatted away. Chased down. Cyrus Baguio sumupulpal kay Hodge.
Charlie, itong Alaska Aces, papalaala ko lang sa lahat, is one of the best teams at this point in preventing fast break attacks ng kanilang kalaban. And right here, pretty evident that the strength of Alaska. In other teams, you know, nagkamali ng ganun yung isang koponan, easy fast break, but not for Alaska because they rush down and they still challenge the shot.
They have those legs to go after it. There's a 30-second timeout. Tinawag ni Coach Norman Black. Ganitong kadikit yung laro. Takbuhan up and down. There's lots of physicality this year as expected. May Hodge ka, may Abueva ka. You have Onuaku, guys who really like to bang. Tutok lang sa TV5 para makaipon ng 5 panalo points para mapagawin ng iba't ibang items. Sa pagtutok sa 5, siguradong panalo. 5 panalo app available on Google Play and soon on iOS.
Bago bigla yung tema ng laro, Charlie, biglang bumaba yung scoring ng both teams. So the defense has been really splendid.
You expect that from two of the teams in the upper half sa depensa, di ba? Sa ating overall team standings. Pero ando na naman yung hustle. Cliff Hodge, basket inside. 5 puntos para sa kanya.
That's energy for you, and that's what Cliff is known for. He will always provide that extra lift for the Meralco Bulls.
Yung mga kalamangan ng Meralco, they trailed by as many as 5 as well a while ago. Dozier, nakakuha ng basket inside.
And he did the right thing because the help was coming from Onwaku, which was behind itong si Reyna Lugnatan.
But Dozier got the first basket of the game. Tapos yun na, yung sumunod dyan. He didn't score in between that entire period, and yet Alaska down by just 3.
Nagka-problema na kasi si Charlie sa kanyang mga fouls.
Onuaku, wala yung double. Ando naman si Ugnatan. And that's one thing about Arinze Onuaku, yung passing skills niya. Very understated. No one talks about it.
You know, yung that was great cutting na ginawa doon ni Reyna Lugnatan because Dozier was the one helping out.
2 to shoot. Pero may foul na tinawag kontra kay Cliff Hodge. Jimmy Alapag pala. Pangalawa niya yan. And only the 4th team foul para sa Bulls. So no free throw. 1.7 seconds to try to come up with something for the Aces.
Balasan ng tao si Coach Norman, you know, preventing any unnecessary fouls from the import or any of the starting unit.
De La Cruz, kung sino tatanggap, kailangan dumiskarte na agad. Dozier, turnaround, Jay. Pitin ng kaunti yun. And after being down by 3 sa pagtapos ng first quarter, nakabawi naman itong Meralco Bulls here in quarter number 2 to go up by 5 points, 48 to 43 at the half. Talk about the numbers in a few minutes. Right, we're here inside the Big Dome Spartanata Coliseum. Charlie Cuna, Eric Reyes. 5-point lead para sa Meralco, 48 to 43 kontra sa Alaska Aces. Game 1 po ito ng kanilang semifinal series. Best of 5. And ganda na nakita natin. Very hard-fought physical basketball, Eric, nakita natin in the first half.
Well, there's a lot of premium on defense, Charlie. Kitang-kita naman natin ang magkabilang koponan. They really take pride in their defense and they're getting a lot of offense out of their defense.
Sino natin yung mga halftime stats natin, just a 5-pointed gaya na sinabi, magandang shooting percentage, partner.
Well, because na karamihan naman ng Charlie is coming off their defense. That's why it's translating to easy baskets on the opposite end. Mga layups because they're always going high percentage. The perimeter is being defended well and the rebounds is going to be key in this game. And that's the reason why Meralco is ahead, you know, despite having a slow start because of their great rebounding.
10 rebound advantage and Onuaku has 10 rebounds in the game. To go with 9 points, Cyrus Baguio naman ang una sa panig ng Alaska with 8. Third quarter action has begun para patagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa.
Charlie, yeah, sorry about that, Charlie. Gusto ko rin dagdag doon, Charlie. Karamihan ng mga gumagawa on the side of Meralco, karamihan doon, tao ni Rob Dozier, ha?
Right. He's supposed to be their defensive anchor. And look at that play. Tawagan pa siya ng goaltending because he blocked it upstairs. So that's a 2. A chance para sa 3-point play opportunity for Cliff Hodge to start this second half.
Well, yun na nga, that's going to be Coach Alex Compton couldn't really believe it. Right there, as I've said, sinabi ko rin kanina in the first half, it's really very difficult because of really the angle that the referees have to be at the right place at the right time to have the right call.
Wala pang 20 seconds sa ating third quarter, umangat na. So, 8 kalamangan ng Meralco, 51-43. Abueva sat for a lot of that second quarter. Now he's back in the game, starting with Exeminiano, Tos, Azul, tsaka si Rob Dozier. Abueva challenging the import sa unang offensive in the third quarter, but that's a miss. Salapag, Newsom, Onuaku, Paundo, and Cliff Hodge para sa Meralco Bolts. Newsom clearing some space at natawagan siya ng offensive foul on the push. And that's going to be Chris Newsom's third personal foul.
Charlie, itong si Calvin Abueva, wala pang ginagawa so far in the first half. You know, konti lang yung minuto niya naglaro because the rest of the team was doing very well.
Dozier goes out to Azul. He lost it straight into the hands of Newsom. At si Newsom, alam mo napansin ko kay Newsom, Eric, pag nagkamali siya on the other side, he comes back and he wants to make up for what he did. Diba? Parang kanina nangyari din yun. Nakita natin, nakatres siya after giving up a basket inside to the opponent, and now he steals it right back.
Well, it's a mark of a good player. And yun ang maganda kay Chris Newsom, kabago-bago, he's a rookie, but he's really showing a lot of great attitude, and that's something that's really caring. You know, kaya gumaganda yung laro ni Chris Newsom because ang ganda yung kanyang attitude on the floor. Pinapakita niya na, you know, the mark of a good player is really how you bounce back off a loss or off an error which he committed. Bumagaling siya, doon siya bumabawi.
Nakiunawa ko ang bola. He attacked from outside, lefty hook. And you give him that, he'll knock it down most of the time.
Rob Dozier was on top and right there. He was still able to, you know, waltz in and go for that hook.
Azul. 10-point lead para sa Meralco. Aces need some offense. First personal, Jared Dillinger. Ang unang team foul yan ng Bolts dito sa second half. Abueva, Hodge, yan ang matchup. Abueva wants to attack. Hooks it over and it bounces in.
No, kakabanggit ko lang na hindi masyado nakagawa dun sa, or wala nagawa si Calvin in the first half. But knowing Calvin, he can just explode anytime.
And there's that backward pressure na ginagawa ng Alaska Aces. Try to slow down yung opensa ng kanilang kalaban.
Bing is one of those guys, Charlie, napakagaling mag-pressure from the backcourt.
Well, they've got 2 or 3 of those guys. You have Azul, you even have Panchero. Paundo. He loses it. Abueva pumulot niyan. Hinawakan na lang ni Alapag. Might be a deliberate. Holding foul, tinawag ni referee Aquino. Walang senyas ng possible deliberate.
And that's why he's so fun to watch, just like Cliff Hodge. Pareho sila, those are you know, those two guys. They will really try to pressure you and get you on defense. And they're just so quick and active to get a transition basket.
Mukhang mawawarningan si Alex Condom correctly. Yun na nga yung nangyari, na warningan siya for complaining because he was saying he wasn't going for the ball. That should have been a deliberate foul. The referee thought otherwise.
Yes.
Inside to Abueva. Inside position kay Cliff Hodge. Meron pang chance ng mga 3-point play. And Faundo, Abueva getting into it. And look at Alapag pull Faundo away. And that's yung leadership skills talaga ni Jimmy Alapag. He pulls his bigger teammate by the jersey and says, don't fall into his trap.
Yes, ganun na tama si Jimmy because look at Calvin Abueva here. After this basket, he gives him a shot right there.
Tama.
And that's the style of Calvin. He will try to get into everyone's head. And once you get into someone's head and you get irritated, then Calvin wins. That's why you have to be very careful that you just have to keep your focus on the game because Calvin will really play with your head.
Hodge tried to leave it para kay Faundo. Hindi na niya nakuha yun. Abueva, bumake sa tres. Drive sa lane. Tatlong blue shirt ang kalaban. Naipasa pa niya kay Big Exeminiano.
You know, those guys who hustle a lot are always rewarded. Big hustles, and even itong si Calvin, mabibigyan ka talaga because they are at the right place at the right time.
Coming back quickly. 6 straight para sa Alaska Aces, cutting it down to just 4. Hodge, pihit patungong baseline, pinasabit. Foul si Calvin Abueva, punta sa linya si Cliff Hodge. These two guys will go at it for as long as they can.
Pero, you know, I got to give it to Calvin for really playing well here in the third quarter. Siya nagsimula ng ganda ng laro ng Alaska Aces.
Time to shine move ito. Brought to us by Rain or Shine Sunroof Gloss Roof Paint. Make your roof durable and shiny with Rain or Shine Sunroof. Unable to hit the first free throw itong si Cliff Hodge, pero meron pang pangalawa yan. Split from the line. Brings the lead up to 5. 8 minutes, 47 natitira dito sa third quarter. Bakbakang Alaska at Meralco. Semifinals na po ito ng Commissioner's Cup. RJ Azul na set up mula sa tres. Hatid dyan sa atin ang Oppo F1 Series Selfie Expert.
Pinag-uusapan natin parate that Alaska would miss JV Cash's 3-point shooting, but RJ Azul always ready to step up.
Keep watching Abueva and Hodge, pero si Azul naman nakaagaw. Flips it up and in! Nawala na sa kanya yung bola. Inabot niya doon sa may paa niya and was able to make the basket. Wow!
Well, he's a guy who's just so you know, underrated. Pero kita mo naman, RJ has got a great shot from the outside, and at the same time, he would play great defense and make fantastic shots.
Sunod-sunod yung pag-shoot ng Alaska Aces. A 3 from RJ Azul. He follows it up with a steal and a drive all the way to the hoop. Nabura na yung 10-point lead ng kalaban. It's all tied up at 54. Meralco, nawala ang kanilang kalamangan, up by 10, and just like that, Alaska comes back and ties it up. Baseraber on the run, goes off the glass, mali ang angulo niya. Onuaku trying to keep it alive, and referee Killing End says it will stay. May overrule ba? Meron.
May tatlong referee nag-usap doon, Charlie, to make the right call.
Alaska may pagkakataon, makuha muli ang kalamangan. Meralco had been up since middle of that second quarter. Exeminiano does just that, and this guy slowly becoming an offensive weapon for Coach Compton.
You know, he's given the opportunity, Charlie. Nakikita lang natin si Ping, you know, taga-pressure sa backcourt, mga hustle points. Pero ngayon, lalong-lalo na wala si JV Casio. Ito yung pagkakataon niya na talaga tinitake advantage siya is to really step up while JV is out.
That's right. Onuaku lefty hook shot, no go. Naka-rebound, Calvin Abueva. Iniwan para kay Azul. Wanted to set him up for 3, hindi tinira. Abueva naman ang susubok. Nice spin! Mintis ang tira. Good defense from Hodge.
Good defense there. Hindi niya pinaw si Calvin Abueva, but another steal. This guy is really creating a lot of confusion para sa Meralco Bulls.
Pasahan yung dalawang big man in the paint. Mintis si Sanitov, not ready for that pass. Sets up Abueva. Jumper, no go. Tulak si Rob Dozier on that rebound play. That's gonna be number 4 on Rob.
It's a big break there for Meralco because so far, you know, that defense of Alaska is really creating a lot of problems. Ang dami na nakukuha ang steals ng Alaska.
It's a Karam-Basera-Mayor backcourt. Two former San Beda players. Hindi na nag-aabot sa college yan. Yung dalawang yan, di ba nag-aabot pa? Karam and Basero. Maybe one season.
Siguro. Because yung nakaraan last 2 years, maybe Basero was still in college.
Hugnatan on the drive. Hugnatan, he's getting his way. Kanina pa yan, noong first half pa lang, nakakuha niya yung mga moves niya dyan sa loob.
You know, you'd expect that the locals now of Alaska would have to make that adjustment because itong si Hugnatan is really scoring.
That's a miss from Abueva on the rebound play. Somebody hit Arinze Onuaku.
Kahit na to, Charlie, for Alaska. They're in big trouble because Dozier has 4. So now you expect Meralco to go to its main strength, which is itong si Onuaku.
Si Calvin, pangatlong foul rin niya yung loose ball foul na yun. So 4 for Dozier, 3 for Abueva. Tipped away by Banchero pero napunta uli kay Onuaku. 6 to shoot. What's Hugnatan gonna do? Find Karam. That's a 3 on the way. He knocks that down. Brought to us by Opo F1 Series. Selfie expert.
You know, in this series, it's going to be so important na makita natin yung kung sino mananalo sa rebounding. And if Meralco can hit that outside shot because they have a great post threat.
Aber, in the lane, in and out ang kanyang tira. Rebound Calvin Abueva, nagmamadali as usual. Straight into Onuaku and he hits the finger roll.
You know, grabe talaga to si Calvin. Wala siyang katakot-takot to go in the lane. And it's just so difficult, Charlie. Hindi mo nga malaman kung saan siya pupunta in that last sequence.
Fearless.
Walang katakot-takot.
Wala
Walang
talaga.
kinakatakutan.
Parang na-excite pa nga siya na yung import yung kaharap niya.
Kaya na nga eh. Nan-challenge lalo si Abueva.
Hugnatan against Meng. Talk about a throwback matchup. And Reynel Hugnatan, 12 puntos na sa ating laro.
You know, Reynel Hugnatan is really making a big contribution. Katulad ng contribution na pinakita niya against their knockout game with or yung quarterfinal game against NLEX.
That's right. Ito ang isang Aftig Hoops and Moves by a Roboft Aftig Player of the Game brought to us by Roboft Dietary Supplement for Men. Astig to. Parang bagay na bagay. Astig to. Tapos si Algueva yung mapakita mo.
Because even Rock was
Oy!
able to get up in the air.
Look at Abueva's stats, but on the court. Offensive foul. Chris Banchero, tatlo na rin ang personal ni Banchero. He's been frustrated. He hasn't gotten going dahil sa mga tawag. Non-calls or calls that he feels are wrong on both sides.
So there's a lot of, you know, Charlie, ang daming mga hawe, mga tulak, because grabe yung pressure eh. So, para ka makakawala, gusto mong konting nudge, konting protection, pero minsan sa sobrang tight, sa tulad ang ginagawa ni Anjo Karam, eh, nagkakaroon na ng, you just have to create space.
Grabe dito sa PBA, ang tatapang ng mga gwardya. Abueva. He takes a 3. He knocks that one down!
Calvin is really making, you know, creating a lot of problems here. Pagpasok na ng third quarter, bumabawi ang agad siya sa mga wala siyang nagawa in the first half.
Dillinger, Abueva. Napunta kay Onuaku. Dillinger gets it. Set from 3. Babawiin ba? Hindi. In and out. Kay Abueva na naman. Karam, napakaliit ng kalaban. But Jared Dillinger chased it down. Blocked it upstairs. Pero meron ng foul mula kay Anjo Karam. So dalawang free throws for Calvin Abueva. What action we're seeing, Eric? Back and forth ang bakbakan itong dalawang koponan.
It's been physical. It's been a great defensive game. But, of course, itong si Calvin Abueva is really the spark off the bench. Nilalaro ni Abueva, Charlie. Tinitingnan ko yung stats sa first half. Wala nga siyang ginawa. Pero dito, pakita na kagad.
Calvin Abueva having fun in this quarter.
He has out-energized everybody on the floor.
Normally does. He has 11 points in the game. Lahat dito sa third quarter, Eric. Kasi hinahanap mo nga yung production niya sa first half. Wala. Noong halftime. Tingnan natin yung stats.
Well, this is the best time na pumutok si Calvin kasi nga 4 fouls na itong si Rob Dozier.
We're all tied up at 63. Pang-walong deadlock sa ating bakbakan. Hugnatan, umilalim sa depensa. Basket na naman for Reynolds. Chance for the three-point play.
Well, he's unstoppable at this point. I don't really see anyone. Kanina it was Noy Baclao, and then Eric Meng, who's even bigger than him. But that slight nudge is really able to create some space in that basket.
Time to shine movie on, brought to us by Rainer Shine Sunroof. Gloss roof paint, make your roof durable and shiny with Rainer Shine Sunroof.
Now, how many times have we seen Meralco being so undersized, Charlie? But yung biggest guy on the floor, dati na si Kelly Nabong nandyan. Ang pinakamarami pang ginagawa, nagiging threat on the low post, si Reynel Hugnatan.
Kahit paman, hinebra ang kalaban, di ba? Kahit may Slaughter, may Aguilar. In fact, he kind of likes that challenge when these are the big guys. Kahit wala, kahit kapiso lang yung talon niya, nakuha niya yung puntos niya.
Pero ang ganda kasi sa ginagawa ni Reynel is yung paa niya mabilis and then naipapasok na kagad yung siko at balikan niya beyond the defender's shoulder. That's why he is able to use that as a leverage to go for that shot.
You know, that time kasi na si Coach Norman Black parang he wanted to go to the younger guys, the younger big guys. Rabal Husseini, di ba? Iba, Kelly Nabong when he was still there. Brian Faundo is a bit younger. But you know, in a time like this na kailangan mo ng production, you go to your vet. And he's got 15 points in the game. Reynel Hugnatan.
Tsaka proven, Charlie. Pagdating talaga sa low post, yung mga binanggit mong pangalan, I don't know if any one of them can perform the way Reynel Hugnatan is attacking anyone in the league pagdating sa low post.
I would say no. Karam jumper. Ito, the little man playing big dito sa laban sa game number 1. Anjo Karam outside jumper once again.
Ganda rin nilalaro ni Anjo Karam. A lot of these teams are always sagging on him with 7 points, all in this third quarter.
Meng tsaka Hugnatan bakbakan sa loob. And that's gonna be a foul on Reynel. A lot of years, a lot of battles between those two guys, Major Payne and Reynel Hugnatan. Papa Ray. Manood, maglaro at manalo. 5 panalo time na mga kaibigan. Tutok lang sa TV5 para makaipon ng 5 panalo points. Para makapag-uwi ng iba't ibang items sa pagtutok sa 5, siguradong panalo. You got the app for 5 panalo on Google Play and soon on iOS. Major Payne, former MVP.
Yes.
Di ba? So meron sila. Tapos sa Meralco, Jimmy Alapac, meron din, former MVP.
Pinag-uusapan natin who's one of those unstoppable post players, itong si Eric Meng.
Ken Bono, nakita si Reynel. 2 more. Too strong ang kanyang tira. Baclao ang kuha ng rebound. 3, hinahabol ng Alaska. Abueva. No go, but Meng there. 1 more. Calvin Abueva.
Ano height niya? 6'2 and a half, almost what? Wala pa ka 6'3 to si Calvin Abueva.
Buti nga, di ba, nung draft camp na, nung nag-apply sa rookie draft niya, 6'1 and a half na ang measurement sa kanya, if I remember correctly. 6'2 and a half with shoes.
Ibang klase kasi talaga yung leaping ability, yung bilis niya. It's really an athletic player.
Hugnatan naman. You know, Hugnatan's feeling it. Alam niya, kailangan niya na ng puntos and he's getting his way. Throwback performance mula kay Reynel Hugnatan. Lamang ang kanyang koponan ng isa. 2:21 na titira sa ating third quarter. Meralco was threatening to blow this game open. Pero nabuhay si The Beast.
The resurgence of Alaska is really because of this player. 13 points all in this quarter, Charlie. And he has been really unstoppable. Even the import on Wack couldn't really challenge his shot because of his quickness.
Ba talaga nadadala ng isang Calvin Abueva sa kanyang koponan. Not just the points, it's a lot of other things that he does as well. Let's look at the shouter's choice. Overall, Alapag leading with Newsom, Hodge, and Onuaku sa panig ng Meralco Bulls. Para naman sa Aces, it's Abueva, Baguio, Ontiveros, and Vic Manuel. Kahit pa man hindi siya suited up para sa larong ito.
Hinahanap.
Ang dahil pa rin fans.
Kaya nga eh. And critical si Vic Manuel yung pagkawala ni Vic Manuel for game number 1.
Yung matawag ng iba diyang kaibigan ko si Vic Manuel. Masterman, alam natin, di ba? Pero may isa pa eh. The almost finals MVP. Sure na siya. Sure na siya nung first conference eh.
Exactly.
Kaso yun na nga eh. Alam mo ngayon kapwa niya na ng 3-0, nakahabol ang San Miguel Beer. Nawala sa kanya yung award niya. Sigurado na siya din eh. Best player sa all 3 games.
He was unstoppable, di ba, nung first 3 games of that series.
Next jumper. Ganun pa rin talaga eh. Vintage outside shot mula kay Eric Mek. 5 points para sa kanya.
You talk about guys who are unstoppable. Major Payne was also unstoppable during his prime. How many players have we seen na talagang pinahirapan ni Eric Mek even with a double team?
Saka yung mga hairstyle ngayon nila Jared Dillinger, ginagawa din ni Eric Mek dati yun. Nung nasa Hinebra siya as Major Payne. Ken Bono, maganda rin linaro nung first half. Goes out to Karam. Shot is off target. Dillinger has to let it go. And he finds the bottom of the net. What a three from JD.
It's a big shot there because pababa na nga yung kanilang shot clock tapos hindi pa masyado maganda yung kanilang execution of the offense.
Backyo, natabi ka ng bola. Hugnatan, ahead to Karam. Hinabol ba ni Abueva, but Karam looked at him after the shot.
That's the competitive nature of Calvin Abueva. I mean, Ganjo Karam did a great job finishing that shot. But you gotta appreciate if you're an Alaska fan because Calvin still did not stop despite ng layo na kagad ni Ganjo Karam.
You know, alam mo kung bakit umaabot sa PBA yung mga katulad ni Anjo Karam, Eman Monfort, Mark Cruz. Ang tatapang, buong-buo ang kanilang mga loob. And Karam showed it there and even stared down Calvin Abueva pagkatapos nun.
Wala rin naman yatang inatrasan to si Anjo Karam even if he's undersized. Eh. Nakita mo dito, Charlie, ang layo na. Oh. Ayun, biglang limito pa to si Calvin Abueva.
Sakto na sabay tingin kay Calvin. Sandali lang naman. Sandali lang.
You know, that split second ahead itong si Anjo Karam really was a big advantage at hindi siya inabot doon ni Abueva.
I don't think you want to stare him down that low. Mag-react si The Beast. And Abueva, well-deserved ref with only 56 seconds remaining. Sa ating third quarter, pinasok si Don Ontiveros, ang Cebuano hotshot.
Gandang contribution ni Abueva, Charlie, in the third quarter. 13 puntos ang kanyang naiambag.
Not bad, ano?
Patsama mo na doon yung energy, Charlie, tsaka yung mga rebounds.
Kaso, trailing pa rin ang kanyang koponan by 4. Because Meralco has been able to weather that comeback.
It's really their defense. And Charlie, doon kumakuha ng buwelo ito. And lalo na, a guy like Reina Ano ba to? Import?
It's a beauty to watch Reyna Lugnatan go to work sa poste. Mga young
Webe.
post players. Pwede ba? Tingnan nyo lang, Reyna Lugnatan, please.
Hindi naman na tatalon masyado, but it's all about quick, quick feet or that, great footwork.
And a high basketball IQ.
So, super utang talaga.
Hawakan na lang may shot clock difference with game clock. However, 4 seconds. Bafer on the drive. Tapped away. Ball stays. With 4.5 to shoot para sa Bolts. Baser gagawa ng inbound sa baseline. Watch out for Karam to receive it at the top. Kumuha sa tabi si Dillinger. He'll step back into a jumper. At naipasok na yun. 5 to go. Alaska nagmamadali. Cyrus Baguio sizes up the defense. 3 on the way. Wide left. And Meralco. Hinabol na kanina. Up by 10. Tinabla ng Alaska. But what a wind-up for the Bolts. Anjo Karam, the littlest guy on the floor, doing all sorts of things for Coach Norman Black.
You know, everyone making a contribution, Ugnatan, but lalong-lalo to si Anjo Karam because Meralco, that offense, kailangan nila talaga pumukol ng shots from the outside. Dillinger and even Anjo Karam making a big contribution.
It's an 8-point lead para sa Bolts. Alaska Meralco ang bakbakan. Game 1 ito ng semi-final series. Alaska, of course, that storied championship history. Meralco, para nagpapakilala pa lang rito sa semi-final round. This should be a great matchup. It has been so far sa laban na ito. Lots of veterans to play. Lots of young guys coming in. Guys like Hodge, Abueva, hustle and muscle in this series. Fourth quarter about to begin para sa tagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa. First possession na sa mga nakaputi. Alaska Aces po yan. Baguio in the lane. Shoots over the smaller Baseramer. Basket.
Okay, now Alaska would really have to go to work now aside from playing great defense.
Karam. Iwan na sa loob ni Coach Norman Black. He's there with Dillinger, Hugnatan, Ken Bono, and Baseramer. Ugnatan once again, he loses it, but Karam picks it up. Nakita si Baser, goes to the corner, Dillinger steps into a 3, knocks it down!
11 puntos na itong si Jared Dillinger, nag-iinit na naman.
That's brought to us by Oppo F1 Series Selfie Expert. They have an answer for everything Alaska's dishing out.
Ang dami, Charlie, ang daming contributors dito sa pagkalamang ng siyam ng Meralco. Yung Anjo Karam, Reyna Lugnatan, kanina pa in the first half, and lalo na si Jared Dillinger.
Makibalita muna tayo kay Sel Guevara. Sel?
Coach Norman Black said what he want to happen, and that's to keep putting the ball in. Narinig niyo lang kanina nga, sabi pa niya, don't give up on the penetration. Stay in front of the ball at all times. Balik sa inyo.
You know, si Coach Norman, he's sensing that they have the edge. You know? It's 82-73, but the momentum is with them. Nakakontrol nila yung tempo ng laro. Sarap mag-draw ng first blood sa playoff series, Coach.
Well, you know, it's going to be an advantage. Tsaka tandaan natin, best of 5 lang ito, Charlie. So, unahan makatatlong panalo. So, malaking bagay yung game number 1. Although, of course, para sa akin, after what happened last conference with Alaska and San Miguel, na 0-3 at nanalo pa, I mean, anything can still happen.
Right.
But of course, whatever edge or advantage that you can get, you want to get that early.
Nandiyan na yung mga imports once again. Dozier has been severely limited, pero ganda na pasa niya kay Sanitos para sa baseline, Jay.
Drop-down defense na late ng, for Meralco.
Eric, first 2 points ni Sunny the Bostos yan. Fourth quarter na tayo.
Well, ang nangyayari naman, of course, ang tumatawag kay Sanitos is normally on Waco. Kailangan nga talaga gumawa ni Sanitos because you have to make your defender work.
Chris Newsom, dribbling error. Pagtawid niya ng timeline. Lifting ang tawag doon back in the day.
Carry.
Oo. Kung natin pahinga muna, no? He's done his yeoman's job working there. Well, Nabong, as we mentioned, he's there behind the bench.
Civilian.
Naka-civilian. Meralco Bolts, improper bench decorum. Natawagan ng technical foul. I wonder who the guilty party was, and Coach Norman is demanding an answer.
Whatever, even a point that you give up, Charlie, malaking bago yun for Alaska because you don't really want any error, lalo na doon sa mga ganong tawag.
Alaska. Anim ang kanilang hinahabol na kay Baguio. Screen from Sanitos. Hooks it over to Dozier. Dozier in the paint. Out to Dondon, di makatira. Finally, may konting spasyo. That's all he needed. Cebuano hot shot from 3. Brought to us by Oppo F1 Series Selfie Expert.
Yan ang ayaw nga ni Coach Norman. You don't want any confidence builder that you can get out of Alaska. It may start from that technical free throw and then yun, nasundan pa ng 3-point shot.
Kaya naman, tatlo na lang ang lamang ng Meralco. Onuaku. Gumawa ng spasyo, pero
foul.
offensive foul ang tinawag.
That's an offensive foul. The referee was right there under the basket.
Knocking down his defender, Eric.
Kita mo yung right shoulder. Yan o, yun o. Talagang offensive, Charlie. Here, yung una hindi pa pero yun, yung second talaga, mas madining salin.
Arinze Onuaku natawagan ng technical foul. And now Norman Black is furious. Galit na galit. Emotions are high dito sa Big Dome. Kasi sunod-sunod eh.
Sunod-sunod nga. Yung una, yung improper bench decorum. Tapos ngayon naman, yung itong si Rinze Onuaku trying to explain himself because of that offensive foul na tinawag sa kanya.
And don't forget the three-pointer mula kay Dondon Ontiveros as well.
Yun
Kayo
nga yung
kalamangan.
delikado, Charlie. That's a 5-point swing. Or yes, 5-point swing because yung dalawang technical free throw and a 3-point shot.
Patawag ng 30-second timeout ang Meralco Bolts. They need to regroup. Dahil sunod-sunod ang pagtira ng Alaska rito. And the time isn't moving. 9:53 natitira sa ating fourth and final quarter. Nag-shoutback si Cliff Hodge. Sabi niya, first game of the series, always important, very important. We're gonna slow down the game and take care of the ball. Well, this here in the second half, they've done just that.
Yes, maganda yung ginawa naman ng Meralco, lalo na in the third quarter. But dito sa pagsisimula ng fourth quarter, so far, Alaska, nakakakuha ng mga breaks yung sa mga tao yung mga turnover or yung mga technical fouls.
Air ball from Rob Dozier. Walang tinamaan.
He couldn't get going, Charlie.
Oo.
You know, his office game, yung kanyang perimeter game, and even yung kanyang yung intimidation factor, wala dun eh. Because nakokontra yun ng mga locals like Pugnatan, even Faundo scoring on him.
You look at the production nitong si Arinzio Onuaku. 11 puntos pa lamang. So yung mga baba naman ang scoring ng import ng Meralco. Pagtingin mo naman kay Rob Dozier, 5 points pa lang kanya na itatala rito. So much lower scoring department. And Onuaku's been out-rebounding him big time.
Yung locals, Charlie, making a big contribution here. That's so important. Kahapon nakita natin yung nangyari sa San Miguel and Rainer Shine. And, you know, San Miguel was leading 3/4 of the way until Rainer Shine just making, you know, timing their run and making a big comeback of a win.
Tres from Don Don, hindi pumasok. Rebound, kinuha ni Newsom. And that's a hold from Sonny Toss. Gonna be his first personal dito sa ating laro to try to stop that fast break. And you know, yung run na ginawa ng Rainer Shine kakapon, yun yung nakaupo pa yata yung import nila.
Yun na nga eh.
Di ba?
Anisi having a big game. So, like we've seen a lot of big games here from big performances. Anjo Carap, Ugnatan, of course. Ang dami nagko-contribute.
Jared Dillinger as well. Karam nilabas kay Hodge. Leaves it for Karam on the run. The one-hander short. Rebound play. Siya rin ang kumuha.
Puso-puso lang yan, Charlie. This is the playoffs.
They go to Onuaku. Double, andun na naman. Cross-court kay Newsom. At the sky to get it. Needs to take it. Supal ball ni Donton. And a foul as he rose to pass it off. In the backcourt, the veteran na pinakitaan itong rookie.
He was defended well. He was trying to use all these dribbling skills to get around the defense. But Don, look at
Uy!
him. Inabangan lang talaga niya eh.
Blankang-blanka yun.
At hindi mangyayari yun kung hindi dumikit si Dondon. Nakadikit si Dondon kay Newsom kaya hindi na siya nakabuelo.
Alaska down by 4. Playing catch-up here in the second half. Banchero. Krinos over to Sonny the Boss. It's in and out, but Dozier there para sa putback.
See, ganun din ang nangyayari on the opposite side, Charlie. Yung local, tinitirahan yung import, muntik pumasok. Pag nag-miss, yung import nag-offensive rebound. We've seen that a lot of times on the side of Meralco as well. Kaya nakarami nga ng offensive rebound itong si Onuaku.
Nathan. Kumuha ng hufto yan noong third quarter. Iniwan para kay Newsom. They leave it for Hodge. He'll rise high. Missed the layup. Onuaku trying to keep it alive. He does. Hodge is there. Blocked once again. Mauna sa bola. Si Chris Banchero goes left and right, zigzag, pasok ang layup. We're all tied up at 84.
You know, that's the factor of Rob Dozier taking effect, yung intimidation. Nakita mo doon, lahat ng nag-drive ng local ng Bolts, na-intimidated. They had to change their shot because of the shot blocking ability of Dozier.
At yung backward pressure na naman ng Alaska, ang pinahihirapan ng Meralco Bolts. 7 minutes to go. Matitest talagang composure ng Bolts dito sa end game. Baguio inihingi sa kabila, hindi sa kanya na ibigay as Banchero handles. Baguio still waiting for it. Finally umabot sa kanya. Ready to shoot. Locked and loaded pero mintis ang kanyang tira. Sunny off the hustle play to the wrong guy. Hodge gets fouled. Side court inbound, sabi ni referee Aquino.
Well, that's a good foul right there because off to the races ng Meralco Bolts for an easy 2 points.
Manood natin, excellent shot brought to us by Stanley Hand Tools and Power Tools. Performance in action. Pag-usapan nyo, mintis ang tira ng Meralco coming off of that timeout. Ano ba close itong dalawang koponan na ito eh? Ayaw maghiwalay.
Ayaw maghiwalay talaga eh. Dikit na dikit.
Hazul will drive and leave for Sanitos. Medyo masikip. Hook shot niya. Offline. Hugnatan pa ang pumulot. Newsom surveying the field. Nakita niya, puro white shirts ito. Pagalo ko muna.
Alaska's one of the best in really trying to control that fast break. You've seen it already a lot in this game.
And pagangat ni Hodge, he didn't have the ball with him. It hit a white shirt, went out of bounds at the baseline. 13 seconds to shoot para sa Meralco Bolts.
And this is the best time that Meralco needs those perimeter jumpers to connect because ang interior ng Alaska ay napakasikip.
They go to Onwaku. And then na naman yung double right away. And Alapag unable to catch that. Ang lakas ng pasa ni Arinze.
You know what happened there, Charlie? It's a case of your wrong pivot foot. You know, he was trying to pivot out of the double team, and once he realized that he couldn't lift the other pivot foot already because kundi mata-traveling siya, that's why he had to give up a bad pass.
Nakataon makalamang ng Alaska Aces. Azul around that screen, 8 to shoot. Diretso sa basket, flips it up and in. Meron pang foul!
What a way itong si RJ Hasul to just lobo-lobo lang eh. He was able to like flip it up.
Ito ang ating tatak. Wholesome move of the game brought to us by Wholesome. Panatag ka pag Wholesome. At nag-react ang bench ng Alaska Aces. Fearless drive from RJ Hazul. And contact from the big man, Arinze Onwaku, who now has 4 personals of his own.
Dozier also has 4. And that's the reason why Dozier was on the bench most of the time.
Azul, swak ang bonus free throw. 3 lamang ng Alaska. They've turned it around dito sa 4th quarter. All eyes on the Meralco Bolts. Paano sila magre-react against a veteran playoff team katulad ng Alaska Aces. Hodge on the spin.
You need a lot of guts to be able to do that shot. He was able to get around Calvin. Tapos meron pang help defense from Dozier.
11 points para kay Cliff Hodge. Kung guts lang, marami talaga si Hodge.
Pareho sila kaya pweba. Talagang puso-pusok lumaban.
Azul. Ito rin.
Back-to-back baskets there by RJ.
You talk
Isang
about
layup,
guts,
isang perimeter jumper.
And he's played well all game long. Itong si RJ Azul.
Matagal na ulitin lang natin banggitin. Ayan na naman, RJ Azul making that steal.
Traveling violation. Kamali si RJ Azul doon. Tapped it and then dribbled again. And nahirapan na naman ang Meralco to bring that ball down. They're down by 3 to try to catch up sa aming pagbabalik.
Back screen into a high pick and roll. And they're
Calvin
twisting it.
Abueva ang leader ngayon with the most yes shouts, followed by Baguio Ontiveros and Jimmy Alapag. Keep on voting for your PBA idols on shout at sports5.ph. The player with the most yes shouts at the end of the game will be our Shouter's Choice Player of the Game. I-announce namin mamaya yan sa sports5.ph post-game show. Ngayon, biglang naghahabol na ang Meralco Bolts. Eric, kanina they seemed firmly in control. Pero Alaska, alam natin, battle-tested. Ang hilig pa humabol from big digits down in the end game, especially in crucial games like this.
Well, the turning point, kaya biglang nakahabol din ang Alaska is yung dalawang technical foul na itinawag, di ba? Yung nagreklamo si Onwaku, tapos yung isa, yung improper bench decorum. Ito na naman si Anjo Karam. We talk about a lot of RJ Azul, but we have to mention the performance of itong si Anjo Karam. Yung nga lang, natawagan siya ng foul there.
He can't believe it. He's in double digits as well. Pero penalty yan. Foul in the backcourt. So free throws para sa Alaska Aces. Norman Black is beside himself. Gusto na magwala siguro. Si Coach Norman, we can see, we can feel it.
Well, they're trying to plead their case with regards to that foul.
Tumayo na nga rin si team manager Paulo Trillo, pati si Governor Al Panlilio.
Because they cannot afford to have another technical foul because someone's complaining. Not at this point of the game, Charlie. That's the reason why Alaska was able to get this lead.
Right.
Diba? Kanina, down sila against Meralco. But after that 2 technical fouls and that 3-point shot of Don Ontiveros, that was the big turnaround where nabigyan ng chance ang Alaska na lumamang naman dito sa ating laro.
Now they're up by 2. Gusto gawing 3 ni RJ Hazul. Yun na nga ang nangyari doon. Di kailangan ng rim, puro net lang. Swak na swak ang dalawang free throws. Approaching.
18 puntos, Charlie. 18 big points
That's
for
right.
RJ.
That's right. He's leading them in scoring. Hugnatan naman ang leader sa kabila. 19 para kay Reynel. Hadj Abueva ang bakbakan. And a foul is called against Calvin Abueva.
Inaatake kagad nila ang low post, Charlie. Mabilisan talaga because how many times have we seen Alaska really help out? Lalong-lalo na nandun si Dozier sa gitna. You expect him to go on a double team or at least on a help side.
Tingnan mo, hindi pa nag-uumpisa. Hindi pa na-inbound ang bola. And dyan na naman si Abueva at si Hadj. Nagtutulakan na. And Hadj
Malis
goes
muna.
the other. Alis muna. Palibre muna.
Pero sa kanya rin naman babalik yung play if ever, di ba? Unless Anjo Karam missed his shot, pero hindi.
That's a miss from Anjo Karam. He's hardly missed any dito sa second half. Baguio uses the screen. Finds Azul. Dozier sa poste. Iniwan para kay Sanitos. Pasok!
Great composure there to be able to finish it.
And Onuaku better watch himself. May technical na
Yeah,
siya
may
kanina.
technical na siya.
Backward pressure, 5-point lead. JD trying to bring this one down. What's Meralco gonna do? They need a score. Iniwan para kay Onuaku. Karam. Hadj from 3. Oh, he
big
got
shot.
that to go!
It's a big shot right there.
Huge shot. Down to 2 ang lamang ng Alaska. One stop, they have a chance to tie or take the lead. Alaska, relax in this situation. Azul. But he lost it. Dozier picked it up. Out to Abueva. A second to go. He knocks that down!
Players who can just rise to the occasion, especially when the shot clock is down. In here, the 2.5-minute mark, those are guys that become really big-time superstars, and it's Calvin Abueva.
Si Hadj, gustong sumagot, puts his head down, charges right into Abueva. And look at Hadj pick up Calvin Abueva. There has to be some sort of mutual respect itong dalawang to.
And the Cliff Hodge here making a big shot there for the Meralco Bolts. On the other hand naman, yung kanyang katunggali, itong si Calvin Abueva, that matchup right there, scoring on each other.
They used to play together. Diba?
Yes, in the
D-League.
D-League. Kasama sila, NLEX. NLEX
That's
team.
right. That's right.
Pati si Ellis, kasama pa nila doon.
Hirap na hirap ang kalaban, no?
Unbeatable, pati si Garbo Lanete.
That's right. Onuaku.
Nice play. Oh,
Abutan! And who got it? The smallest guy.
RJ Azul rotating very well in that last play.
Last 2 minutes na po para sa tag-isa ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa.
Ano bang hindi magawa ni RJ Azul? He was scoring, he played. That was a big-time defensive stop right there.
Sure 2 na dapat kay Reynel yun. That was big. Look, he throws it behind his head. Over to Sanitos. Di na ma-convert. Ball is high up in the air. Alaska keeps the possession, but Karam takes it away.
Again, those guys, and we talk about, I said, pinag-uusapan natin si RJ Azul on one hand. Ito naman kabila, si Anjo Karam also making a big difference there.
That's a foul at the post, Eric. Mukhang matatawagan ito si Rob Dozier.
They should really, at kailangan atakihin na talaga nila si Rob Dozier on that post.
That puts them in penalty. So side court inbound pa lang mangyayari ngayon. Wow! Intense itong playoff game na ito. Semi-final variety. 95-91. Apat ang lamang ng Alaska. A minute and 21 na lang ang nalalabi right now. You know, there's just great play happening on both sides, Eric.
We talk about a lot of, we put premium on defense because these two teams are great defensive teams. As we roll this video, alam mo, papakita natin kung paano mag-rotate dito ang Alaska Aces. Kita mo dito as we pause it right here. Okay, pag pinos mo dyan, it's all about Abueva and Dozier helping out on Onuaku right here. Pero kita mo dito, malilibre ang si Reynel Hugnatan at tingnan mo kung saan manggagaling yung help doon sa kabilang baseline, which is one of the littlest guy off the guard. Kita mo, there's a mismatch right there between Hugnatan and RJ Azul. Nawala pa nga sa posisyon. This is a clear 2-point shot. And look what happens here. Siya pa ang nakasupalpal, Charlie. It's all about hard playing defense here in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Well, you have to love the way the guards are playing. RJ Azul sa isang team. Kabilang team naman si Anjo Karam. Former NCAA standouts both. They have that block at they help pa si Rob Dozier.
Yun ang maganda doon kay RJ na wala na siya sa eksena. He was undersized to play against Reynel Hugnatan, and yet his heart rose above everybody else to spoil that shot.
What a recovery.
What a big
Diba?
recovery.
Kasi palabas na siya eh. Tapos nakahabol pa sa loob. So, great play. 1:21 to go.
If Alaska goes on to win this game, that was the play of the game for me. Right there. Yung big stop na yun, because that was going to be a clear 2-point shot right there for Meralco.
So, let's see if it goes that way. 1:21.
Matagal pa to, Charlie.
4-point lead para sa Aces. Meralco kailangan ng basket dito if they want to keep in step. Alapag. They don't want him to get free. He might make them pay. They go to Dillinger. Quick pass kay Hodge. Tres yan. Masyado malakas. They keep it alive. Jimmy. Goes to Newsom. Buntik na yon. Back to Dillinger. That's a three. Short, he gets it back. On the drive. He's fouled. Ang ganda ng linya, no? Kasi kita-kita natin mula sa kung saan tayo nakaupo. Diretso yung
pero
tiro
short
ni
lang.
Dillinger.
Pero importante dito, Charlie, is the rebound. You know, it's so important to clear those rebounds. You cannot allow your defender, or at least the offensive team, to get another offensive rebound because that's extra possessions for them.
Unang free throw pasok for JD. Simeniano goes out. Baguio ibinalik. Alapag balik sa bench as well. Hugnatan is back in the game.
Importante itong mga free throws ito kasi kung magiging, miss sa free throw, it's Alaska ball.
That's right. Cliff Hodge ang nakatama nun. They'll review it but look pretty clear.
Yeah, it was clear for me. From our angle, nandito tayo sa taas, nakita natin na tumama kay Cliff Hodge yung bola.
Less than a minute to go. 57.6 to be exact. In game 1, itong best of 5 semifinal series. Ito yung nangyari. Ayun.
Umapit sa kanyang kanang daliri.
I think even if he didn't touch it, I think it was Onwaka who tapped it to him anyway.
Tama ka doon, Charlie, because tinapik yun. That's off and tap.
So yun na nga nangyari, 3-point lead. 1 possession lang ito, pero nasa Alaska ang bola. With a chance to maybe try to put this away. Meralco coach Norman Black checks the clock. Habang may oras, may pag-asa. Kasi 3-point lead lang naman.
Still, hindi mo pa rin masasabi ganun turn of events because these two teams are hard-fighting teams, and at the same time, ang ganda nilang magdumipensa.
Yun yung premium ng dalawa. Newsom faking the contact. No call. Outside shot from Abueva. Short on the 3. Hugnatan pulls it down.
Big rebound there, limiting Alaska to just one attempt. You know, at this stage of the game, napaka-importante those teams who can really limit the opposing team to just one attempt at the basket.
Free throws ang ibibigay kay Reynel Hugnatan.
Last time Meralco was there was a split. Diba? Nag-miss ng isang free throw. At dito, tingnan kaya natin kung makakuha ng dalawa si Reynel.
Coolly sinking free throw number 1. May pasok niya to. He'll cut it to a 1-point game. 20 puntos mula kay Reynel Hugnatan.
Usual free throws there.
Gets it to go. 1 point lang lamang ng Alaska. 95-94. They call a timeout. Coach Alex Compton does. 32.8. Far from over, Eric.
Malayo pa to, Charlie, with 32 seconds left. And I would say that even Meralco can still get another possession here, no matter what happens to the attempt of Alaska.
Hustle and muscle ang hinahanap natin sa seryeng ito. And there's been a lot of both. Grabe yung bakbakan na ginagawa, especially with guys like Cliff Hodge And then sa kabilang panig may Calvin Abueva. But it's not just them. You have got smaller guys doing it. Exeminiano, Banchero earlier. Then
RJ
you have-
Azul as well.
Diba?
Calvin
Yun na nga.
Abueva in the third quarter. There's just so many big contributors in this game, and you'll never know who will come out victors in the end.
Well, it's not the most well-played game. Marami rin mga turnovers na nangyari for both teams. Ngunit, ganito ang atmosphere ng isang semi-final game when the prize is a slot in the finals.
Ayun na nga eh. Napakahirap. Papasok pa nga lang ng semifinals, ng quarterfinals. It has been a struggle for all these competing teams. Eh, lalong-lalo na dito, ang pinag-uusapan is a seat in the finals. So this game number 1 is always so crucial.
Coach Norman Black siyempre giving instructions. There will be time left no matter what para sa Meralco Bulls. Depensa siyempre ang kanyang sinistress dun sa kanyang huddle. Look at the hard and hustle matchup. Halos.
Dikit na dikit.
Oh, di ba? Grabe talaga itong dalawang to eh.
Yes, and they really expect a lot of fireworks from these two players because pagdating sa energy, never sila nagkukulang.
15 puntos ni Abueva lahat sa second half. Hand off to the main man, RJ Azul. They go to Rob Dozier, kanilang import. He's been quiet. Azul. Wanted to go to toss. Baguio from 3. Short. Who's going to get the board? Rob Dozier. Azul kept that alive.
Yes, RJ Azul making a big rebound there na kahit hindi niya na-secure yung bola, naibigay niya yung bola kay Rob Dozier. Again, RJ Azul making a big play at the key particular time of the game.
Cyrus Baguio nasa linya para sa dalawang free throws. Maipasok man niya yung dalawa, 3-point lead lang.
May timeout pa rito ang Meralco. So you expect no matter what happens here, is they will use their last timeout. Dalawa pa yung kanilang timeout.
Nakakompleto ni Cybax. Yung kanyang dalawang free throws. Mangat na sa 3 ulit ang kanilang kalamangan, 97-94. Ngunit, kaya nga na nabanggit ni Eric. Timeout ng Meralco. 3 points sa kanilang inahabol. Pakikinggan natin ang instructions ni Coach Black.
All right, you're gonna be here. JD, you're with Arinze now, huh? Okay, so we're gonna set this screen so that we're coming here first, but it's gotta be about right here. But sir is coming off. And we're turning this for just about right here. You're not moving much, huh? Here, here, and then here. And then Jimmy's coming around. Jimmy, okay? That's where we're making that pass. Now, what I need, though, is since JD's the first one, if he doesn't have a shot, JD, walk your man in. Arinze, screen his man. JD out to the side.
Who do I got? Who do I got?
You want to see it again?
You got Newsom.
Guys? JD. But sir. Jimmy. Walk in. Boom. Out. Let's go. Come on.
One timeout left, ha? One timeout left.
Set up siya ng 3, Eric.
Well, kailangan talaga ng 3-point shot at this stage with 9 seconds left. Unless, of course, you know, Meralco is 6 of 12 from the 3-point field goal. So, less attempts. They only had 12 attempts. Pero 50% ang kanilang nakuha.
Importante maka-inbound. Ang laki ng mamang nakabantay. Dozier will be guarding Cliff Hodge. Right in front of that Meralco bench.
Hindi niya halos makita because of that defense.
It's with Jimmy. He goes to Hodge. And the pass is too strong. And they throw it away. Abueva nasa sahig. Mukhang nasaktan.
Yes, nagkabanggaan sila doon ni JD.
Looks like he got hit in the thigh. Thigh ba?
Hita, yung groin. Would be the groin.
Pero crucial yon yung pasa. Hindi na-handle ni Cliff Hodge. Watch this on the curl. Hindi natin, makikita ba natin yung kay ano? Hindi.
Hindi, may
Ayun, nabubagsak na eh.
nagkabanggaan silang dalawa doon. Ayun.
That pass. Might have stretched something.
You know, the slip. That caused him to really split, and at the same time could have strained his groin.
Walks gingerly patungong bench. Ito si Calvin Abueva. 5.1 na nakatira sa scoreboard as far as the time is concerned. And it's going to be Alaska ball.
Yes, it's going to be Alaska ball because of that turnover. Nagkakasunod-sunod ang injuries ng Alaska Aces. Of course, you have Calvin. Hindi naglaro ngayon si Vic Manuel. JV Casio is your number 1 point guard. Was not able to play.
Ilang laro na rin. Wala si JV. Panchero burns a timeout. Di niya maipasok. 30-second variety ito.
So the first 2 games na nakita natin, Charlie, so far, talagang halos nagdikitan. The previous games San Miguel, Rain or Shine, ganun din, ang dikit. Right here, tingnan natin kung ano nangyari doon. Nagkabanggaan silang dalawa eh. Calvin was still all right here.
He stepped over Jared.
Basay.
Ayun, no? Might have pulled something. Might have pulled something when he tried to get up. Ayun, no?
Yung right there. Kasi nga bumagsak si Jared, di ba? Si JD bumagsak doon sa sahig. Napasa yun. Yung pawis. Could be there, that slick spot.
Well, we'll try to get a report on that. If not, we'll know about it soon after the game. Tabueva, baka hindi na matapos ng 5.1 na natitira. As the Alaska players come out on the floor to try to just get it inbounds and wait. Dahil pa-foul sigurado
Foul na lang yan.
itong Bolts.
It has to be a quick foul to stop the clock.
Baseramer nagbabantay dyan sa inbounder. Conchero throws it into Dozier. And Newsom commits the foul. Punta sa linya, ito si Rob Dozier. Testing in ang free throw shooting ng import.
Well, all he needs is just to make one, to make it a safer lead. 3.1 seconds left. Mahirap na yan, Charlie. Kung although may timeout pa dito ang Meralco.
Uy! Ginawa! I was about to say, he's only been to the line once. He made it earlier. Pero ngayon, 1 out of 2. Aba?
Again, meron pang if he misses this, or miss or made, I'm sure, gagamitin pa ng Meralco yung kanilang last. Oh,
it's a miss! Onuaku. And they called their last timeout, Meralco Bolts, to try to set up parang back to what it was a while ago. Back
Yes.
yung nawala yung bola kay Cliff Hodge. This is the exact setting. 97-94. Hindi na nag-iba yung score kahit ang tagal nang nangyari. Ang dami na nangyari.
Well, ang dami na talaga nangyari, but in that turn of events, you know, that this timeout of Meralco is going to be so important. You expect again Rob Dozier to pressure. At least mabigyan man lang ng pag-aasa dito ang Meralco to get a good attempt or good look at the basket.
You're going to cut it all right here. You're not going outside the lane. 3 seconds. Lorenze, you're going to screen across for him, okay? All right? When he comes here, you're going to come back and get him. Now what I need is this. Cliff. Cliff, you got the ball out. Now who else is the game?
Where's the ball at? Here?
Ronjay, right here. Ronjay, you're gone here. The guy that set the screen is who? Sarah, you're going here. I want you out of the play. This pass has to go over to JD. Run behind the three-point line. You have enough for one.
50% from 3. Nabanggit mo nga kanina, Eric. So they've got good percentages today. Question is, number 1, may inbound ba nila? Wala na silang timeout. Number 2, will they even get a good shot off? And look, they put in a 3-point specialist. Ito si Ronjay Buenafit. Cold off the bench, of course.
Yes, but kailangan eh. That's where he's known for, yung mga quick release from three-point land.
Hodge will inbound.
He's free.
Buenafit gets it. Takes the 3.
Almost.
Wide right. Great look mula rito sa Meralco. That was a play. And Ronjay just couldn't hit it.
Well, they were given that chance, Charlie. And maganda rin yung pagkakapasok ni Coach Norman kay Ronjay. But of course, it's just too cold to be able to get a good attempt. What
a wind-up dito. Tumagal ang ating laro dito sa fourth quarter. as the team slowed it down, became a little bit more deliberate. Best player ng ating laro. The small guy, but he played so big for the winning team.
Yes, a guy who made a lot of shots, stepping in, you know, in the absence of their number one point guard. RJ Azul really making a big contribution, both offense and defense. Babangit mo nga rin si Charlie kanina. RJ made that play of the game to me. That
It's a win in game number 1. Meralco 97, rather Alaska 97, Meralco 94. That does it for me and Eric Reyes. This is Charlie Cuna for Sel Guevara as well. The rest of the Sports 5 guys and gals, thanks for watching the PBA on TV5.